Aussie Beach TV is proudly sponsored by Sakura Health.
My hate for government, media and police escalates every single day with the more stuff I read about them.
Watching Aussie Beach TV. You're watching Aussie Beach TV.
Today we're at Mooloolaba Beach with Ashley and Metcalf, the girlfriend of Ben Wilson from the Free Ben campaign on Facebook. Could you please tell the viewers from home the events surrounding Ben's arrest under the VLAD laws?
It all started on the 7th of December. We were setting up the 12 gauge clothing store because the owner physically could not do it himself, so me and Ben helped him. On the 7th of December we arrived to do the finishing touches before the big grand opening on the 8th, and we saw 3 police officers out the front, so we went out there and invited them in to come look around and see that this was a legitimate clothing store and there was nothing to hide. So they've come in behind Ben and I, they've looked around, asked a few questions, they were happy with everything and left. Ben and I got on with our work and we left that night and went home and was going to get ready to get up in the morning for the big grand opening. So Sunday the 8th of December came around. We showed up at about 8:30, about 8:30. There was one police officer car out the front. We knew that there was going to be more, so we didn't really take much notice to it. And we never thought that we had anything to worry about because everything was fine the day before. At about 10 o'clock there would have been roughly 20 to 30 police officers in the whole premises. They were breath testing, drug testing and profiling every single car that drove up Thornsburn Street in Bentley. And then they came and searched the jumping castle that we had for the kids for drugs. They defected all of the classic cars that we had there on show for a bike and car show sort of thing. And then they came up to Ben at about 10 past 10, asked for ID. He gave them his licence, which had expired 3 days previous, and they said that they could either fine him or impound his car. They gave him a fine. He was not near or in his car, so that was wrong. And then at about 10:30 I was inside the shop selling clothes. Ben was outside with the rest of the people, his mate that was DJing Casey, and then all of a sudden I was getting yelled at that Ben was getting arrested. I ran outside to witness Ben in handcuffs being escorted out of the premises by 3 police officers, and they would not let me go near him. They said if I went anywhere near him they were going to arrest me too. After that I went to the police station at about 4:30 in the afternoon after they had searched my house. All they found was a Confederate flag, a V for Vendetta mask, the anonymous mask, and a face mask for when you're on your bike. And he broke it to me that he could possibly be looking at 6 months jail time. Since then he's been in Arthur Gorey for nearly 3 months now, and it just keeps getting worse and worse, and there's not much that we can really do about it.
Aussie Beach TV.
What would you like to say to the Queensland and LNP government and Premier Newman about the new VLAD laws?
I don't know how you sleep at night when you're destroying innocent people's lives, not only mine, but plenty of others. I don't see what's so vicious and lawless about having a beer with your mates or helping a mate or buying ice cream for your children. It's wrong, and these are not anti-bikie laws, these are more anti-people laws. They don't affect just bikies, they affect everyday people, and it's wrong, and something needs to be done, and this needs to be stopped.
What is your message to the Australian public about the VLAD laws?
Read it. Go to Google and read the VLAD laws. These are not anti-bikie laws. If you read these laws you will see that they affect you too. You can be a group of 3, it doesn't matter who you are or who you're with, these affect you. They're wrong and they need to be stopped, and the more people that understand what these laws are about, the better. And that's why I have my Free Ben page as well, to show people that these laws something needs to be done about it, and it's not just going to affect Queensland. People are going to watch them spill into every other state like they're already beginning to. So all of Australia needs to stand up, not just Queensland.
Aussie Beach TV.
Through these laws, we had to leave our house, break the lease on our house, which cost me an absolute fortune because I still had to pay rent until someone else moved in. I've lost the cars. I had to leave my job, which was the best job I've ever had. I had to move from Brisbane back to the Sunshine Coast to live with my parents because I just could not afford living on my own. Lawyers have cost us a fortune. Driving to and from the Sunshine Coast to Brisbane to the jail to see Ben cost us a fortune in petrol. And it's just the emotion. I can't sleep. I have to go. I'm on sleeping tablets, I'm on antidepressants. My health and all my skin I've broken out in really bad acne on my face, which has luckily started to clear up. The stress levels I have, it's just ridiculous, and it's really taken its toll. Like, people hear, oh, he's gone to jail for 6 months. Well, 6 months in my eyes is a pretty long time. It's only been nearly 3 months and it feels like it's been forever. So people need to realise that this has pretty much ruined my life. Thanks to Campbell Newman and Blay, they've ruined my life and Ben's life, because his emotional impact this has had on him is pretty massive as well. He's not my same Ben anymore. He couldn't even look at me the other day when I had a visit with him. He hardly spoke to us, and he said he just didn't want to be there because our visits are now behind glass. So he said it feels really degrading to be able to have to see me through glass and not be able to give me a hug or kiss me or anything like that, and that really, really affects me as well. This is just a really messed up situation that I hope ends, like, now or soon.
Aussie Beach TV.
So in your personal opinion, how do you feel about the justice system working in Australia?
It's not working. What about, rapists and murderers? And there was those 2 cops that raped that one girl 10 times in Mackay, and they got out on bail like that with full pay and all the rest of it. But my partner sells a t-shirt, helps a mate, and he's in jail for nearly 3 months, up to 6. And this even goes up to 3 years, for selling a t-shirt. So cops can get away with raping someone, but my partner can't help a mate. It doesn't work. And there's one person here on the Sunshine Coast, he is a member of an MC. He gets pulled up constantly searched in his car. He was on his motorbike a few days ago up in Mooloolaba, up further. He was riding with his colours on. They pulled him over on his Harley. He's by himself, and they arrested him. And the cop said, "I'm arresting you for that." He never even, there was nothing, he just said that. The video is on my Free Ben page for if anyone wants to see it. He's got 6 videos of him constantly getting pulled over. So my message to the public is, if you get pulled over, film it. Do not just let it go. You need to film it, and then there you can protect yourself, and then you can show everyone else what's really going on here.
Aussie Beach TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to turn off your TV, throw away your newspaper, and turn off your radio, and switch on to aussiebeach.tv.
We're here with Ashley's mum. How do you feel about this whole situation and the laws?
They've gone way over the top. I mean, I know the laws are set in place to get the people that are doing the wrong thing, sure enough. But selling a t-shirt, having a beer with a mate, it's just really, really wrong. And I think the problem is too, is the general population just is looking at this VLAD law as a bikie law, anti-bikie law, sorry, and it's not. You could be affected tomorrow. You might be sitting in the pub having a beer, having a chat with some blokes. You're on CCTV footage. Next thing you know, the cops are after these two guys, but you've been associating with them, so you're gone too. People really need to educate themselves about the VLAD because it's more widespread than people realise.
So, personally, how long have you known Ben, and do you think he's a danger to society?
I've known Ben now for just over a year. No, he's not a danger to society. Yeah, some people might be intimidated by his tattoos. I'll be the first to tell you, I had a son that is covered in piercings, and I judged him. But I've learned to see who that person is in here, not what's on the outside. So he's a nice guy. He'd do anything to help you out, as he was doing with for his mate the day he got arrested. So yeah, no, nice guy.
People judge a book by a cover way too often. Yes, he has a lot of tattoos, but that definitely does not make him a bad or scary person. He's the most kind-hearted person I know. People love him because he's funny, he's fun. He's just a normal, everyday, nice person. So.
Aussie Beach TV.
Okay, we have ventured to the Caloundra tattoo and body piercing place to speak to the owner about the VLAD laws. So if you follow me, we'll see if he's actually inside. Now, with the interview with Ashley, she recently got a tattoo from the owner. So we're just going to ask him about a few questions about the VLAD laws, get a few answers. Okay, so if you want to come through. Hi, how's it going? We just recently interviewed Ashley Metcalf. She said to come to see you and to get some opinions and feedback about what you think of the VLAD laws. So, am I right to come around? Sorry. Okay, in your opinion, what do you think of the VLAD laws?
What, in just a couple of words, they're ludicrous, insane. Well, he got arrested for being in a shop, for helping out with the T-shirts. That's the one, isn't it, I think? Yeah. Because there's a few out there. Yeah, so basically they set him up. They asked him to show us inside the warehouse, which used to be a clubhouse. And the only difference is they haven't ticked the box to say it's not a clubhouse, it's just a building. As soon as he got in there, they put him under arrest. Now he's doing 6 months solitary. It's ridiculous. It's an insane law. Yeah. And that poor fella, can you imagine doing solitary for that long? You know, any human being. It's classed as cruel and unusual punishment in the rest of the planet. And Queensland is just going totally against the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, you know. And I feel sorry for Ashley. Obviously, they're struggling. Yeah, it's crazy. Madness.
If you could change the laws, how would you change it?
Back to where they were before. If you break the law, if you're doing a crime, then you get arrested. In the meantime, they're arresting people for either being in a building or having a beer or having an ice cream. They've created new laws and now there's new crime, and that's all through association or entering a prescribed premise. The laws before were good. If you sell drugs, you get arrested. If you bash somebody, you get arrested. But now it's if you have a beer, you get arrested. If you have an ice cream, you have arrested. Yeah, it's crazy.
And have you got a personal opinion to Ben and the family at all?
Only because he knows a few friends of mine, yeah, but I've never personally met him. But since then, I've met Ashley a few times. She's come around here. We've had a bit of a chat. She's had a bit of a cry and that too. I've met her parents and that. Yeah, she's doing it tough, but I'm trying to support her the best I can as well.
Finally, what is your message, personal message to Ben?
I love you. I miss you. I want you home. When you get home, we're going to do everything to keep you out. If it costs me an arm and a leg, it costs me an arm and a leg. I'll do anything to keep you out. And I'm always going to be here waiting for you, no matter what.
Ben, mate, we're here for you. We've been fighting from day one. Pizzas will be ready for you when we get you out, as on his request. But just know, mate, we're fighting for you big time.
Yeah, keep your head up, buddy. You'll be out soon. We're going to beat these laws in the High Court, definitely, and Newman and Blades will get their ass kicked. For sure, they're out. They're going to have to get a real job.
I just want to thank everyone for believing that he is an innocent person because he literally did nothing wrong but help a mate and in the wrong place at the wrong time. So it's really good to see that there's a lot of people behind him, because if it wasn't for them, I don't think I would really be able to cope with this very well.
You're watching me on Aussie Beach TV. You're watching me on Aussie Beach TV.
You're watching me on Aussie Beach TV.